Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cozy Chair. I wanted to bring you to my favorite place for Halloween, Gardner Village, and my favorite, all-time favorite bookstore, the Storybook Nook. So come along with me and let's read some books together. Hello everyone and welcome to Reading at the Cozy Chair. Today we are going to read John Pigg's Halloween, and this is by Jan L. Waldron and pictures by David McPhail. This is such a fun Halloween book. I love to read Halloween books, partly because I love witches. It was cool and hazy on Halloween night. The silvery moon shed a ghostly white light. As for the fog billowed in and bats flitted about, trick-or-treat piggies got dressed to step out. Two of the pigs made a long flowing cape with safety pins, thread, and some shiny black tape. Another smeared rouge on the beaming brown face of a piggy whose ears were wrapped in red lace. One of the pigs wore a huge rubber nose, suspenders with knickers and blue checkered hose. A tiny chick pig donned a towering champagne, then finished things off with a tangerine bow. In masks and warm jackets and long fluffy shoes, the boisterous piggies perfected their boobs. But one silent piggy, whose first name was John, just sat in the shadows with no costume on. Let's move it! Let's roll! Where's your bag and disguise? I'm not going out, John said. Go without me, you guys. Not going? They howled. Did we hear you right? I'm tired, said John. I'll stay home tonight. Maybe he doesn't want to go out on Halloween. So the gussied up piggies all bid John adieu as they rushed to the doorway and crowded on through. But John wasn't tired. He was nervous and scared. He would have dressed up and gone out if he dared. When no traders called or were even in sight, John feared he was in for a long, lonely night. So he pulled a fat pumpkin from deep in the pile and carved out a face with a wide, jaggedy smile. Do you guys like making those jack-o'-lanterns? Yeah. Me too. Let's see these pictures. There we go. Then he thought he heard grumbling outside of the door and saw wavering spirits flight up through the floor. And when a dark shadow swept past his nose, John dove under the table, shivering and froze. Kaboom! Came a bang and a loud piercing yelp. Had somebody crashed who needed his help? He heard a long moan and the door seemed to creak. Who was outside? Did he dare take a peep? When he did, he saw a striped yellow-eyed cat and a small crumpled witch in a banged-up black hat. What happened? Gasped John. Are you here for a treat? Of course, said the witch without skipping a beat. But these steps are too dark. Where's your Halloween light? Just a minute, said John. This will brighten the night. That's better, she said. Now the others can see. So where are the goodies for Kitty and me? Well, look at that witch pig. We have long curly ribbons of red licorice and crystal rock candy right here in this dish. Yuck! The witch scowled. You call that a treat? You need a savory snacks that real monsters can eat. As she zoomed around the room with her broomstick and cat, she spied leftover pumpkin and said, Don't waste that! We can make a molasses and spice pumpkin pie. Salt seeds and toast them till crispy and dry. So put on an apron and go wash your hands. Then get out some bowls and a dozen round pans. Have you got any apples, any cinnamon sticks? Find what I need and I'll show you some tricks. John and the witch began sifting and stirring. She cracked the eggs and the blender was whirling. He scooped out pumpkin and mashed it all up. She mixed heaps of sugar and cream in a cup. He rolled out the dough for the tarts and the pies, while the witch made witch cookies with raisins for eyes. Now we are cooking, she said with a grin. Open the oven, we've got food to put in. Soon more trick-or-treaters began to stop by. They'd seen the lit pumpkin and smelled that warm pie. There are my pals, the witch whispered in John's little ear. They're loud and they're messy, but nothing to fear. Trick-or-treat, held the callers. Bring on the fun. John offered them seeds since the pies were not done. Look at all of them having that feast. Does that look like fun? I bet John didn't know that's what was going to happen, huh? When the Halloween goodies were ready to eat, the noisy crowd drooled and tripped over their feet. A man in a cape from his ears to his toes smeared cream on his chin and some more on his nose. a wild woolly werewolf who howled at the moon, slurped pie from the bowl with a big wooden spoon. While the witch and the wizard slow waltzed through the air, a slimy green creature slipped right off its chair and oozed in between dirty discoing brutes who had spiders with webs on their crusty white suits. As the ghostly group danced and chowed down his food, a beaming John Pig was caught up in the mood. Oh, lucky John, he gets to have that party. I wish you could stay and this party could last. Me too, gushed the witch. This bash was a blast. But I'm sorry to say that our gang must head back while the moon is still out and the sky is still black. There's always next year, next Halloween. We'll come back for a visit and check out the scene. John's housemates returned with stuffed bags and cold toes, with popsicle noses and lopsided bows. Poor John, they all sighed. He has really missed out. He's skipped Halloween and been lonely, no doubt. Yikes, said the pig as they spotted John's pies. They could not believe their tired pink eyes. Welcome home, said John Pig. Would you care for some mousse? Persimmon plum pie or spiced apple juice? Our house is so cozy, the aroma so pleasing. We're so tuckered out from our trick-or-treat teasing. John offered his housemates fat muffins with cream, orange striped sundaes, and pumpkin supreme. Look at this kitchen, there's so much to eat. Yum, to the pigs, and they downed the one last treat. John opened the pumpkin and blew out the light. He covered the cakes and called it a night. He climbed up the stairs and crawled into bed with visions of goblins and ghosts in his head. In the dark he slept soundly, no longer afraid, and dreamed of the many new friends that he'd made. The end. Did he miss out that night? He sure didn't, did he? I think the other pigs missed out. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope that you'll come back soon. See you guys! Hello everyone! Thank you so much for coming to Gardner Village with me today, and for spending time at the Storybook Nook. I hope that you come here if you live here, and you see all of these wonderful books. There's even more here that you can't see. They have such a great collection, and the owner, she does a good job picking her books. So thanks for coming to the Cozy Chair, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye!